Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rambling RunOff. I am your host, Robert Rios, here to give you the sports news. I think you should hear it because it's cool, it's fun. Sports. Sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's controversial, but that's why we're here to talk about it. And with me here, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to everybody.
What up, y'all? How's it going?
Yes. If you can tell, our audio might be, my audio might be a little bit better. Hopefully is not coming out like crap right now, and hopefully you cannot hear all the cars passing outside my house right now. So yeah, please bear with me as my dog shakes its head behind me. But we got a lot of good sports stuff to talk about today. We got some boxing. We're going to go over the recent Manny Pacquiao fight that happened over the weekend. And then also we're going to go over grading the NBA free agency as it still continues on. Dan's going to give us his ins and outs, his thoughts and feelings about what's going on in the NBA. Then I'm going to go into some more MLS news as always, give you some scores, some highlights. The FIFA Club World Cup wrapped up not too long ago, so I'm going to go over that real quick. And of course, in the rundown, we got everything in between, whatever we didn't have time to cover. So yeah, stick around for that. But Danny, how do I sound to you right now? How's my audio?
Sounding good. It's sounding crisp.
Yeah,
like you got the mic right up on your lips. Sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I'm not sure if I'm using this interface correctly, but we're gonna figure it out. But yeah, Danny, how have you been? How has life treated you in the past 2 weeks?
It's been alright. Just been chilling. Haven't done too much. Same thing. Work. Less golf. I think I've golfed less in the past month and a half, like all year. So, it's been nice and not super hot. I want to say cool, but it's just been cooler than what we'd expect at this time of year. So, it's been good. What about you, Rob?
I mean, same. Yeah, just been going to work and doing my thing. It's just it's been pretty warm out there. So, I 95% of my work revolves around me being outside. So, yeah, it's been I've been feeling the heat a little bit. It's not too crazy, but yeah, if you're not one that's, I would say, accustomed to the heat, yeah, you're gonna struggle for sure. But I mean, like I said, I think it's all right. But yeah, it's it is what it is. It's just the summer. But hey, at least you went to go golf. We saw your water break clip the other day.
Yeah, I hit up the Wilson Harding driving range with the homie from work. Shout out Tai. But yeah. Just a range sesh, not too much, not too different. But the range, it makes you yearn for the course. Hit a couple good shots at the range. You're like, dang, I wonder if I could stringing together a handful of good shots for a birdie. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I was wondering. I was like, Danny's having a fun time without me.
Dude, relax. Yeah, I saw you. You were at a course this past weekend too.
Oh yeah, dang, I almost forgot. Yeah, I went to it's called Islands. It's in Anaheim. So yeah, it's just a range, but instead of grass, it's just water.
Right. Wait, no, weren't you on the course this weekend? Or was that last weekend?
That was work.
Oh, that was for work. Oh, okay. I mean, you took a swing at something, right? Did you hit a ball or no?
I did. It wasn't good.
Oh,
I was trying to bury that. That's why I didn't mention it.
Yeah, that's the game of golf, baby. Sometimes swing easy is the answer.
No, yeah, so I guess I gotta go practice again.
Get back to basics, man.
No, yeah, for sure.
Being a range rat.
I don't know about being a range rat, but
that's what they call it. Live in the range, live and die by the range.
Okay. I don't know about dying. But sure, Danny, you go do that. That.
That's where your golf game goes to die if you stay there too long.
Oof. That makes a little bit more sense.
Anyway,
but anyways, everyone came here to talk about the sports rambling. Are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Alrighty, everybody. So first up on our docket here, we have the warm-up, in which we have the Manny Pacquiao fight, his return after many, many years. He fought Mario Barrios to a majority draw. Danny, were you able to watch this fight or see anything about it?
I was not able to watch the fight, but I saw clips of it after. I saw a bit of a lead up into it. Kind of surprised, but not super surprised because this is like the third time that Pacquiao's like come out of retirement for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he definitely showed his age out there. But I mean, he's still Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Like you can't count him out, and he still looked good for his age. I mean, for 46, he looked sharp. But then again, it's a sharp 46. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't him in his 20s, right? But
No,
yeah, what about
yeah.
you, Rob? Were you able to catch
Uh,
this fight?
I was able to watch clips of it, which it looked surprisingly he was able to hold his own. Because I was not expecting for him to put up a fight at the age of 46.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, just for context, 24 years ago, almost as old as me and you, Pacquiao, he debuted in the MGM Grand Arena, upsetting dang, I was trying to practice it earlier. Lelo Lewalba for the IBF Junior Featherweight title. And that's, where he kind of got his start. But Pacquiao, as I mentioned, 46 years old now, fell short in his attempt trying to get back into the ring here in his fight against Barrios. As Barrios was the WBC champion. As I said, it ended in a majority draw. By default, Barrios does retain his title, leaving Vegas empty-handed. According to the scorecards, Pacquiao was ahead on all three scorecards going into the 10th round. However, all three judges scored the final 3 rounds for Barrios, allowing him to retain his title. The final results here, Danny, with 2 judges scoring it 114 to 114 and 1 judge scoring it 115 to 114 in favor of Barrios, fell flat in front of the capacity crowd of 13,107, most of whom were, of course, cheering for Mr. Manny Pacquiao. Daniel, are you surprised by these scorecards here?
I mean, it was kind of a middle of the world fight, you know. I think it just was what it was. Like, there are a couple good moments and whatnot, but it was pretty dead even. Minding the age gap. If Manny Pacquiao even had like 5 years younger, I thought Manny Pacquiao would have won this fight. A surprising amount of dog in him still, being a former elected official now. This is like the 3rd time he came since becoming a senator, 3rd or 4th. But yeah, I mean, I think the fight was just so what you expected it to be. I mean, from the clips. I mean, maybe live it was a little different, but from the clips of what I saw, it's just what you expected it to be. You saw flashes of old Pacquiao, but he did look his age. I was, on the flip side, very surprised that Barrios wasn't able to put down Pacquiao in moments, but I don't know, Rob. What do you think?
I mean, like I said, I didn't see the whole initial fight. The reason why this is our warm-up topic for today is because I was going into this, I was under the notion this was a waste of goddamn time. Because
Yeah,
he's after we've seen Mike Tyson, who is slightly older, try to box in a real ring with real people in a real stadium. Yeah, I was expecting this to not be good at all. But yeah, surprisingly, Pacquiao held his own. He couldn't finish it. Surprisingly, Barrios, I don't know, it was kind of a weird fight for him as well. Heading into the fight, he was 29, 2-2, 18 KOs. Had only lost to Gervonta Davis and Keith Thurman. However, though, his past 2 outings against Abel Ramos ended in a draw, and Fabian Madonna, it was a win, were far from impressive, as I was able to find information on those past 2 bouts. So it wasn't anything too sexy from Barrios coming into this either. He was handpicked by Pacquiao for his return fight and was granted a title shot due to the WBC's rules stating that a former champion could request a title fight after coming out of retirement. But yeah, Pacquiao, he nearly did it. He nearly pulled it off. But somehow, some way, Barrios, who is in shape and form, clawed his way back into the fight. So, I don't know, a lot of question marks. I'm still very bewildered on what was the point here. Why did he do this? He's nearly 50 years old. Why didn't Barrios put him to bed? like I have a lot of questions, and I don't think anybody has any answers. I don't know. Do you got anything for me, Danny?
Let's be real, it's the bag. I think Pacquiao too.
Oh, that's also true.
As a fighter, I think he's probably been training relentlessly still, even at his older age, and just felt like he was still in fighting spirits. And he said, I think this, he must have seen Barrios as a champion that he can still take out, and he's like, hey, if I can get this bag and walk out of this, I can walk out retired champion and make a little bit of money at the back end and be one of the oldest champions in the weight class, in the division. So I don't know. But I mean, basically, I think it's the money, and I think Pacquiao just has that dog in him. He just doesn't want to stop fighting.
No, yeah, I mean, you are. I don't know why I didn't think of this. I'm an idiot. You're probably right. The bag, the money, it was all there. He knows people are gonna come and see him. He's as you mentioned, an elected official in the Philippines. He's literally the fighting pride of the country, literally carrying the country on his back.
Former senator of the Philippines.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's a boxer again. So
yeah,
there's that.
I mean, he boxed as an active senator.
Oh, that's also true. But yeah, that's why I was like, I wasn't convinced. I guess as you can say, as people like to say, I was poo-pooing on his parade, and he doesn't know who I am. But I'm just a guy.
I mean, I saw a lot of talk about people saying that Pacquiao won. He was robbed of the fight. I could see it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what people were saying too. It was very mixed, and people were saying that it was not as lopsided as people thought it was going to be, like how I thought it was going to be. But I got some quotes for you, Danny, if I could read them real quick.
Yeah.
Of course, since it did end in the draw, Barrios said he is willing to fight the legend once again, and he said, "I'll do the rematch."
If he does again, he's going to get destroyed.
He said, "I'll do the rematch. Absolutely. This was huge for boxing. I'd love to do it again." And then Pacquiao also was asked more or less the same question. He'll probably have another attempt, hopefully. He said, "I hope this is an inspiration to boxers that if you have discipline and work hard, you can still fight at this age." Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I get, that's a good goal. I mean, to be healthy enough to be 46, still boxing, and at that level. Pacquiao was looking sharp. Like, I don't know.
I mean, hopefully. I mean, look, to each their own. My thing is, if you want to see competitive boxing, you're going to want to watch people, A, in their prime, and B, are consistently competitive.
Right.
Or boxing competitively is what I should say. So, I mean, it's cool to see him. I mean, I used to watch his fights when he used to fight Oscar de la Hoya a lot. That was cool too. The only thing is, my last few memories of Manny Pacquiao was when he got knocked out on his face. So,
I mean, every boxer,
they go through it.
Yeah.
They get their bell rung.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. When I was looking up stuff for this, I didn't see any other development other than what the two boxers were presenting when they were doing their post-fight interviews. So yeah, I don't know, Dan. Do you think he'll get a rematch, or he's gonna try to find a fight with somebody else?
I mean, I hope so. I think it's tough to find a fight for Pacquiao somewhere else. At his age, his camp has to be very selective. You don't want a boxer in their prime because he can die out there. Really at that age, taking shots like you do in the ring like that, it's just dangerous. You want someone that in training and in sparring you can feel is an achievable win, and that he has no chance of, there's always a chance of being hurt, but he has little to no chance of being hurt permanently, just a little bit. But if not, I mean, I think it's a win-win for Pacquiao either way. If he's healthy enough, he should just do it. He gets a bag. Like Tyson, if he gets beat, you can just say he was old. Really, like there's no L in that. And excuse me, Pacquiao came out looking like a champion again. Like at 46 to be able to do what he was doing in that ring, Yeah, he just did great. He did great at the end.
I mean, yeah, that's all we could hope and pray for him to do out there. It's just, I'm just saying, I've already seen better from him, and I don't want.
Obviously, he's 46.
No, I don't want his legacy to be tarnished, tarnished or more tarnished. More, I guess you could say. I don't know, not more, but I don't want to see it to go down the drain.
Yeah,
and be remembered for now and not then.
Right. I mean, I'd argue that it really can't be like unless he is first round knockout, gets his ass beat handedly. I don't think his legacy could really be like the same thing as Tyson. He's older. Even if something happens in the ring, you can say, "Oh, he's older," and he put up a good fight for 46. Like that's just what the dialogue about the fight is going to be.
No, yeah. But Danny, do you have anything else to add in regards to the Pacquiao Barrios fight?
No, sir. That's all I got.
All right, then we're gonna move on in our programming here. We still are on NBA free agency watch here at Rambling Runoff.
All right, which I know trade agency.
I guess trade
agency.
Just a lot of moves. It may or may not sound similar to our last episode, but now we're gonna be doing a grading aspect to it. And there have been a few big names dropped in free agency or trade agency, as Danny alluded to it right now. I added a few in here because people have now moved on to these other teams as well. There's somewhere, if you're looking at our doc, Danny, we got the Trailblazers making some news, the Suns making some more news, the Nuggets. Who else I got in here?
Lakers,
the Kings. There we go.
Lakers, Kings.
Yep, Lakers also made some moves. Yep, a big one too. Which as you can see at the bottom,
I don't think it's that big.
I mean, I think it is, considering the basketball impact it had on everybody. The social basketball impact, I should say.
I mean, sure.
I mean, we were kids when we'll get into it right now. So we'll just start there. How about that? The Clippers. Breaking news from a couple days ago, have re-signed or re-added legendary basketball player, as I would say, Chris Paul, to their squad. And Danny, would you like to give us your first reactions when you saw that news?
I was surprised that Chris Paul left the Spurs. I thought that he had resigned himself to mentor basically the next franchise-winning team. I thought that he saw Wemby and the Spurs as the next dynasty team, and wanted to get in early to be that leading vet, kind of mold Wemby for a bit of the basketball knowledge that he can impart onto him. Whatever guard that they grabbed, I mean, at the time that the trade initially happened, not knowing that they would get De'Aaron Fox, I thought he would stay there to kind of cement the dynasty and be a legacy in building the new Spurs franchise. But yeah, I was quite surprised that he went back to the Clippers. I think that this makes the Clippers, it doesn't make them worse, but it certainly doesn't make them significantly better. I think this is a mirror of what the Lakers tried to do with Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, like those moves. I think these players are just too old. I feel bad for Brook Lopez. They did Norman Powell wrong by sending him away. We'll see what the Clippers do. They weren't, they're fifth seed, right? Facing the Nuggets. I think they just had a tough first round matchup. It took them to 7 anyway. Kawhi was looking good at the end there, so we'll see. I mean, this makes the Clippers a very deep team. You could have Chris Paul start. You can have Chris Paul. I think certainly they're going to have him come off the bench, but
no, for sure. I mean, you already see who they added before,
right?
Like, this is already a set team. We don't know how he's gonna play with Harden. But yeah, I mean, and like I mentioned, as I was alluding to it before, like we were kids when Lob City was around.
Yeah.
So obviously, he is a talented player. He is a proven, how would you say, locker room guy that, as you mentioned, you could mentor, the young guys coming in. There's lots of different roles that Chris Paul can play here. That's what makes him a very good asset to your team. Like he was playing with what's his name, Wembayama.
Yeah, Victor
Like
Wembanyama.
I'm pretty sure Wembayama picked up a lot of tips and tricks from Chris Paul, who's seen some things, you know. But yeah, like as you were saying, we just have to wait and see where he fits in this team. I think he could fit in multiple roles, not just one. But yeah, if I could take over real quick to read a little tidbit of information for everybody. Is that cool, Danny?
Go ahead.
So yeah, Chris Paul, he will be reuniting with the Clippers for his 21st NBA season. He was a free agent at this point in time before the deal was done. This marks a return to the Clippers, obviously, who he played for 6 seasons for the 2011-2012 to 2016. Oh, excuse me, the 2011 to 2012 season to the 2016-2017 season, during which he was a 5-time All-Star. He was also selected to 5 All-NBA teams, the most in franchise history, and had 4,023 assists with the Clippers, also the most in their history. So yeah, like that's why I was telling you, like, I think this is a big deal, but can you tell me why do you think this isn't like that big of a signing?
I mean, let's just look at the Clippers guards for a second. We got James Harden, older, declining. We've got Bradley Beal, who didn't move to the Clippers last time we talked about it, but or did they? No. I mean, Bradley Beal signed with the Clippers. Older, declining. If he works out the same way that he's mirrored as his predecessor, John Wall, he will be out of the league after this. They both started in Washington and now have ended in the Clippers. So if it follows the same trajectory, Bradley Beal will be out of the league shortly. And then Chris Paul. Chris Paul is not bad, but at the same time, he's declining. Like, he's moved around. I thought he found a good spot with the Spurs, but we'll see what it is. I think
I would like to point out real quick, Bradley Beal agreed to a 2-year deal and Chris Paul only agreed to a 1-year deal.
I mean, whatever. I thought Bradley Beal was a 1-year deal.
No, according to the NBA's website, they have it
officially announced as a 2-year. Okay.
Yep, 2-year deal. I mean, it's like unless it's a year and an option.
Yeah, I thought it was a 1-year, 11 mil. But yeah,
that's what they put. No, yeah, that's what they put. And I mean, this is all up to date. This is as of this recording of today. So
interesting.
Unless in the last 3 hours they changed it, I don't know.
I mean, it's certainly interesting. I really do not think it moves the needle too much for the Clippers. I mean, the West is so stacked already. You have Houston, who has made tons of moves to get them up. We've got OKC, the reigning champs now. The Lakers have made some moves to be better. Denver Nuggets were great, even sitting in 4th. I mean, it's a tough Western Conference right now.
I would say if I were to give the Clippers a grade, like with my limited basketball knowledge, I would give them a solid B.
Sure, I would give them a B- because they gave away Norman Powell, who is borderline All-Star, or John Collins, and some
I mean that's fair.
I give them a B-, if not a C+.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I guess we'll move down to the Clippers' former neighbors. The Lakers made some slight news.
What do you mean former neighbors? What are you talking about?
Well, they used to play in the same building. Now they don't play in the same building.
I mean, those are locker buddies. Now they're neighbors.
Yeah. All right, locker room buddies, I guess you could say.
Come on, dog.
Hey, my analogy was also decent, but yours is slightly better.
Go ahead. What you got for the Lakers?
The Lakers have officially signed Marcus Smart to a 2-year deal, according to multiple reports, whatever that means, on the NBA website. So, Danny, what was your reaction to this move?
I think it is a good pickup. Marcus Smart, grabbing someone who's more defensively minded. I think the Lakers are always hurting for a defensive-minded guy that is able to guard the other team's best guards. They had that in Caruso. The championship year in the bubble, and they gave him up. And ever since then, I think they've been hurting for it. I think that is why the fan base is so behind Vando, and players like that, more defensively minded players.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart provides a little bit more offense, I guess. Just a little bit of 3-point shooting. Whereas Jared Vanderbilt just, I want to say, is totally negative, but is not as good as most people would wish that a 3-and-D, quote unquote 3-and-D formula type guy would provide you.
Hmm.
But I think it's good. They lost Dorian Finney-Smith in the process, but to be able to pick up DeAndre Ayton for Dorian Finney-Smith, I think is a dub. Because they were just hurting for a center. I am not happy that they let Shake Milton go because he is a great backup guard. I think they should have kept him. I know minutes will probably not working out math-wise, but I think he should have had more time, time on the floor. Shake Milton is a great backup guard, regardless of what most people say. He did great for all franchises that he went into. And I think there's not really another guard on the Lakers team that can step up when you look toward the bench.
No, yeah, I could see that. Just to give a little more background on the Smart move, literally. So yeah, 2-year deal, $11 million with a player option for the 2026-2027 season. So, good deal or bad deal? What are you grading this, Danny? What are you gonna give him a grade?
I think to get DeAndre Ayton, are you saying just Marcus Smart or Lakers in general?
Well, good deal, bad deal for Smart,
For
and
Smart,
give me
for
a
Smart, I'd
grade
say
for
it's a
the
great deal.
Lakers.
For Smart, I'd say I'll give it an A-. Overall for the Lakers, I'll give them a B+.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Gabe Vincent, I don't think he has established himself as a great guard. So I think Shake Milton as a backup. When Gabe's not doing well, is just handy to have. But picking up the center that they needed is great. So DeAndre Ayton fills the role of a center. I wouldn't say he's what they were looking for exactly, but he fills that role. And if the Lakers are better than when their season ended, so I'll give them a B+.
Okay, that's fair. And then we're gonna jump over really quick to the other big signing that was done a couple days ago. Damian Lillard reaches a deal to return to the Trailblazers. 9-time NBA All-Star Damian Lillard agreed to a 3-year, $42 million contract to return to the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard's deal includes a player option in 2027, 28, and a no trade clause. The Blazers will look to build on a 22-18 finish to last season, ranking in the top 5 in the NBA in defense and third in transition defense during that span, according to ESPN's research. Lillard spent 11 seasons with the Trailblazers, making 7 All-Star appearances and 7 All-NBA teams. He led Portland to the playoffs 8 times, including a Western Conference Finals appearance in the 2018-2019 season. He ranks first in the team's history in points with 19,376 and 3-pointers, around nearly 2,500. And he also ranked second in assists, including the regular season and playoffs. Lillard has 7 55-point games with the Trailblazers. No other player in the franchise's history has any such games. So, Danny, when this news drops, what was your first reaction?
My first reaction was, damn, Damian Lillard's family must really miss Portland. I thought he had gotten a divorce. Damian Lillard divorce.
I mean, I've never heard any of this.
He had gotten a divorce. Yeah, he got a divorce. So, I'm assuming his ex-wife has retained a house in Portland, and he is making this move to, 1, return to Portland to be closer to his kids, 2, go back to where he knows he's valued in Portland, and 3, I believe that they would have given him the best deal and the best deal after he comes back from his recovery, and they will work with him to go to a contending team if he so chooses. I thought initially that this was like him just signing off on his career to say, hey, I'm just going to retire in a place that I love to be with my kids and mentor the next generation guard in Scoot Henderson. So initially I thought, okay, Dame has given up. But thinking about it now, I think that he is making the move as a family man and is kind of biding his time basically until he recovers, and then he's going to work with the Trailblazers to potentially move somewhere else, or maybe he's doing what Chris Paul was initially thinking of doing, which is trying to set up the Trailblazers to be a great organization and mentoring the young kids that come in. So maybe he's doing that. I don't know. But initially, I thought it was really dumb and that he was giving up on his career. What about you, Rob?
I mean, I thought it was well, I was about to say, I want to believe it's a great move, but also he's still coming back from his injury. Who knows if anyone has any salty feelings? I mean, he was moved, but fans will be like, "Why'd you leave us?" But yeah, my thing is he going to be? Because we didn't really see much of that Damian Lillard, like this 55-point Damian Lillard in Milwaukee. I mean, obviously it was a different team, different setup. He wasn't carrying the whole state on his back like how he was in Portland. But yeah, I'd be really interested to see what we get out of this. He's currently 35 years old. You might be correct. He might be going back to spend time with his family. I don't know. I want to say it's a good move for him and the team. Like I said, the Trailblazers kind of just disappeared after he left. But yeah, do you think he'll go back to his old shooting ways? Like, are we going to be seeing 30-point games from him every night? Is he going to be carrying the team again? According to their additions and their departures, they added Drew Holiday. He joined via the trade with the Celtics. Blake Wesley, he agreed to a 1-year deal. They let go of Anthony Simons. Simons through the trade with the Celtics, and DeAndre Ayton departs via buyout. And of course, Damian Lillard agreed to a 3-year deal. So yeah, I mean, he's going to be there for 3 years. He's going to be hurt for this next half of this upcoming season.
I mean, I think it's the full season.
I was about to say either half or the full season, and then you're getting him for 2 years. So yeah, we have to wait and see what happens there, because I'm not going to hype this up. I'm not going to hype up this situation and then feel bad for him later,
Yeah. I mean, I think the Trailblazers are still going to move Drew Holiday. I don't think they're going to keep him. I think they can move him for pieces or draft capital. But, I mean, he made his decision. I think he is happy where he's at. So we will see how the Blazers do. I think they'll be fighting for a play-in spot, excuse me. But that's just because it's in the West. Like, if he chose, for whatever reason, if we flip-flop like Washington and Portland, I think that this really moves the needle for a bad team like that. But for a team like Portland, who is already like way at the bottom of the league, this like barely moves them to play in position. So yeah, I'm not sure. Dame's made a decision, but I don't think it's a huge super blockbuster deal. I guess I'm glad for Dame that he chose to return to Portland for whatever his reason was.
No, yeah. We got like a few minutes left, Danny. Sure. Let's just try to knock out these grades real quick. I'm gonna name you a team.
Portland, I give a C.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I was gonna say a B minus, but all right.
C minus.
I'm gonna tell you the Nuggets.
Okay.
They added Bruce Brown, Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway, Jonas
Valanciunas.
Thank you. Yep. Departures included Michael Porter Jr. and Dario Sarkic.
Sarkic, I think.
Sarkic, and they had no re-signings. What grade would you give these guys?
An A.
An A.
Yes. They got back Bruce Brown, defensive minded. Cam Johnson is, I think, a better offensive player than Mike Porter Jr. You give up a little bit of size, but I think Cam Johnson is versatile. Picking up Hardaway Jr. and getting another backup center who is serviceable and Valanciunas is, I think, just exactly what the Nuggets wanted to do. You just got deeper and they didn't lose much for it.
Yeah, I thought that Valanciunas trade was great.
Yeah, we'll see if he stays. Apparently, he wants to go to Greece.
What'd you give him?
I give him an A. I give the Nuggets an A.
I give him a B+. Next up, speaking of the Kings, they re-signed Doug McDermott. He returns on a 1-year deal. They added Drew Eubanks. Yep. He joined via free agency. Dennis Schroeder, obviously, we've talked about it, 3-year deal. Dario Sarkic, yes, yep. Close enough. And then they let go of Jake LaRavia. He departs via free agency to the Lakers. And as we mentioned, Valanciunas to the Nuggets. What's their grade and why, Danny?
I like the Schroeder pickup. Eubanks is like kind of a nothing pickup for me. Sarkic is fine. I give them a C.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say a C as well.
The Kings are not gonna be a great team after losing De'Aaron Fox and where they're at. So yeah, I'll give them a C.
Alrighty, and then let me see. I think there was one more. I should have put this in the order, but it's fine. But Danny, are there any other teams that made any moves that caught your interest?
Not in the last 2 weeks. I think obviously we talked about the Rockets already. The Suns are in a weird position.
Actually, you know what? Now I remember that was what I was going to talk about. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think my theory is, hear me out. I think the Suns are going to suck.
Okay.
And I'm giving them a D.
A D. Okay. I will give the Suns. I'll give them a D. I'll give them a D.
Based off of their departures.
Right.
Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Tyus Jones, Cody Martin, Masaljic Makic, and then Mason Plumlee. That's too many people. Like, I feel like if you're wheeling and dealing, you're either gonna give up a lot to get a big asset, or you're just gonna, or it's just gonna all fall into place. In which they gave up a lot for nothing, in my opinion.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks. I think Mark Williams is a better center for them. We'll see how Jalen Green works out. I think he has a lot of upside. I don't know how his fit is going to be with the Suns next to Devin Booker. But yeah, I give the Suns a D. Losing Kevin Durant and getting back Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, I don't know.
Yo, Dylan Brooks,
got enough for that.
That's crazy work, dude.
And then losing Tyus Jones, I think is huge. Tyus Jones is just a good serviceable guard, and he should not have walked. So, yeah, we'll see what the Suns do.
I think the Dylan Brooks trade getting Dylan Brooks in the 7-team trade is crazy, considering NBA on TNT tonight. We're guessing that he was going to go play in China. So,
I mean, yeah, people love to hate on Dylan Brooks. I'll say he's still a good NBA player.
No, yeah.
He's decent enough.
I think it was Shaq that said, "You better learn Chinese, buddy."
Yeah, he's good enough to bother a bunch of teams, and he still hits threes. So, I mean, that's just a formula of being a good NBA player right now.
No, yeah. But, yeah, Danny, I think that is everything I got for us, unless you got one more that you want to shoot out real quick.
Okay.
Like, really, like, just give me a grade, any team.
Another grade for the Celtics, I give them an F.
Why?
They offloaded other guys to be under the second apron, and they didn't really get much back for them. I like Anthony Simons' pickup. That's great. But really, other than that, they really did not get as much as they could have for losing Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. As a Lakers fan, I don't give them a grade. I give them a fail.
Okay, well,
just because,
which is a fail.
I give them a pass-fail rating. So, no, yeah. But yeah, if that's everything you got, yeah, that was our NBA free agency or tragency
Trajancy.
as Danny said. But Danny, are you ready to move on in our programming?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, from the hardwood, we now move on to the sometimes soft, sometimes rugged, sometimes uneven grass of soccer, in which, I'm going to give you guys as much soccer news as I can here, some little news opinions here. As always, I'm going to start with the MLS. We got match day 26 that just came by. Give you guys that recap. Starting off with a couple games of interest. Atlanta United were defeated by Charlotte FC 3-2. Tristan Muyamba scored in the 19th minute for Atlanta. Emmanuel Latelat scored in the 86th minute, but that was not enough as Iran Tokolmalati scored in the 46th minute. Wilfred Zaha also got onto the score sheet in the 59th minute, and Pep Biel scored in the 77th minute for Charlotte. Your Columbus Crew, Danny, were victorious over the Vancouver Whitecaps 2-1.
Crew.
Daniel Gazda scored in the 31st minute for Columbus via penalty. Lassi Lapanianin scored in the 78th minute. And then for DC, their it was not the Vancouver Whitecaps. It was DC United, excuse me. Ignore that. DC United. They lost. Excuse me. Columbus beat DC United. Sorry, mistakes happen here sometimes. Christian Benteke got the lone goal in the 48th minute. And Aaron Herrera got a 89th minute red card with leaving DC United down to 10 men. Inter Miami destroyed New York Red Bulls, or Red Bulls New York, wherever you want to call them. Alexander Hack got the lone goal for the Red Bulls in the 14th minute, while Miami, as I said, having 5 goals on the night. Jordi Alba scored in the 24th minute. Telasco Segovia got 2 goals in the 27th and 45th minute plus stoppage time. And once again, Lionel Messi getting 2 goals in this game, scoring in the 60th and 75th minute, getting the last 2 goals for Inter Miami. And then lastly, for the nightcap, we had LAFC versus LA Galaxy for the rivalry game of El Tráfico. Things did not look so well for the Galaxy, as they were down 3-1 in the second half. Dennis Bouanga scored 2 goals in the 26th minute and the 67th minute, and Javario De Rosum scored in the 31st minute. And then somehow, some way, the Galaxy were able to stay in this game. They got a handball in the 30th minute. Gabriel Peck scored in the 36th minute officially. Matheus Nascimento got that second goal in the 79th minute. It was originally awarded to Gabriel Peck, who got the initial kick of the ball, but on further review, it came off of Nascimento's foot, which now they awarded to him. And then somehow, some way, in the 97th minute of play, the Galaxy just kept pushing. We're probably a minute over stoppage time allowed, because there was a skirmish, which I'll get into a bit. Maya Yoshida gets a header to the ball, and the ball lands into the corner of the back of the net. And the game ends 3-3. Eddie Segura was awarded a 91st minute red card for LAFC, as contrary to anything you probably will believe, Danny, they got into, I would say, a real fight, considering there was hands to the neck and face in this, so that's why Segura was given the red card.
Damn.
But yeah, what was crazy, I feel like if they wouldn't have gotten into this little fight, this little skirmish, the Galaxy would not have gotten the third goal. Because the ref would have called the whistle at the, because they only had in 6 minutes.
Right.
No, it was 5 minutes, excuse me.
Right, so the clock would have just ran out.
Yeah, the ref would have called the game.
Right.
Because this all happened like literally at the 89th, 90th minute, right when they put up the 6 minutes of stoppage time. I believe off the top of my head they added 5 minutes, but because of that skirmish, that was 1 minute wasted. So it was like 96 minutes and 30 some seconds left. Galaxy just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And yeah, they got a ball, floated up into the box. Yoshida got his head to it, and yeah, game ended 3-3. Galaxy lives. What's the saying? They live what is it? They live again for another day or whatever.
Yeah, they live to tell another tale.
Yep, like that. So I mean, it would have been nice if the Galaxy got the dub here, but it's okay. It hasn't been the greatest of seasons, but as long as they're not losing, I'm fine with it. And as long as it's against LAFC as well, they start throwing the fans start throwing cups and whatever at the referees when they're walking off the field.
Damn.
Because you could tell on their faces they couldn't believe that they let this game slip away. It's one of those ties that feels like a win. Because you left your opponent shocked.
Right.
So, yeah. That was your Match Day 26 recap. MLS Player of the Match Day 26. I almost said the wrong number again. Dang. Who writes this, Danny? Who writes all this crap down, by the way? Who's the bozo?
Loser, I don't know.
Yeah. And surprise, surprise, your Match Day 26 player is Lionel Messi. The legendary Argentinian, number 10, extended one of the most torrid runs in league history, contributing 2 goals, 2 assists as the Herons routed Red Bulls, as I mentioned, 5-1 at Sports Illustrated Stadium. Messi has scored at least 2 goals in 6 of his last 7 MLS matches, accumulating 19 goal contributions over that span. With his brace this past Saturday, Messi leveled Nashville SC's Sam Surridge atop of the Golden Boot leaderboard with 18 goals this season. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner has the most goals in MLS since the start of the 2024 season with 38 goals. Additionally, Messi has 38 goals and 25 assists since the start of last season, becoming one of only 5 players in league history to record at least 35 goals and 25 assists over a 2-year span, joining Robbie Keane from the LA Galaxy in the 2013-2014 season, Sebastian Giovinco with Toronto in the 2015-2016 season, Carlos Vela with LAFC in 2018-2019, and Cucho Hernandez during his time in Columbus in the 2023-2024 season. So, yeah, some of you might be saying, wow, you guys talk a lot about Messi on here. Yes, only because he keeps getting onto the score sheet. Like, I won't talk about this man if he does nothing. Or if he's just getting mollywopped. So, yeah, I don't know. Danny, do you think we talk too much about Messi here? I was thinking about that subconsciously as I was making
everyone
the notes.
always talks too much about Messi. Let's be real.
I mean, what are you going to do? He's the reigning MVP.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. He's the reigning league MVP. He's in... I didn't know this until I looked this up. 5 players in league history to record at least 35 goals and 25 assists over a 2-year span. The league's been around for 30-some years now.
Right.
So that's good company to be around. I mean, he's probably going to keep going. We still got halfway through the season to go. I don't see him stopping or slowing down. So, yeah, I mean, we're just going to keep talking about him if he keeps putting his name in the record books. Before I get to any other match day news, go in order here. This week, as of this recording, there is the MLS Liga MX All-Star Game, which is being hosted in Austin, Texas, in Q2 Stadium. As of this recording, they should be doing the Skills Challenge, where they would do a MLS All-Star Shooting Challenge, a Touch Challenge, a Cross and Volley Challenge, a Passing Challenge, and then to top it off, a Crossbar Challenge. So the past couple of seasons, they've been doing this, where it will be a MLS All-Star team versus a Mexican League All-Star team, which is interesting because they don't usually do that. The last iteration of this, I believe the Liga MX team were victorious. I believe it was I have it somewhere here. 4-1 was the end of that game, and I believe before that they didn't do it. The MLS played Arsenal, and then the year before that, I believe the MLS did win. Yeah, in this skills challenge, we have some notable people: Jordi Alba, Dennis Bouanga, Andres Dreyer, Clint. Oh, and then we have some special guests. Clinton Dempsey's making an appearance. Lindsay Heaps from the U.S. Women's National Team is in here for Liga MX. Got Juan Bruneta from Tigres. Luis Malagon from Club America, Kevin Mier from Cruz Azul. So yeah, we got a lot of good people. Got a couple good big names on here. For their special guests, they got Oribe Peralta and Nikki Hernandez from Liga MX Femenil. Yeah, if you are listening to this on Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025, they will be playing that game today, if you're listening to it today on Wednesday, Q2 Stadium in Austin, Texas as well, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Prime Video. I believe you can also watch the game on MLS Season Pass. But yeah, I would probably recommend doing it on Prime Video just because it'd be a little bit easier to access. And yeah, I do have it here. Liga MX won the 2024 All-Star Game that year. Dan, did you know that the MLS has an All-Star Game?
Of course I did.
Did you
Everyone's got an
know?
All-Star game.
Do you want me to explain to you the formats that they've had in the past real quick?
Throw them at me.
So in the beginning, I believe it was just East versus West. And then I believe around 2002 or 2003, they started doing like mixed kind of competitions where it's like, oh, we're going to have the MLS team play like a random team or like the world or something. So at some point they played like Chivas Guadalajara. I believe they played like a world team or like a US team. So yeah, they've had different iterations. The modern iteration is against Liga MX. The one I grew up with was when they would play like an international team. So like they play like Manchester United at Cowboy Stadium, or they played Real Madrid at Soldier Field. I think it was when they played in Atlanta, they went up against Juventus, and everyone thought Ronaldo was going to play, but he didn't. But yeah, they played. There's been different formats to this. Like the skills challenge is fairly new. So I think before they would just do it like at a different location. I remember there's one year, I think they were in Orlando, and they played it like at one of the Walt Disney locations, because they were going to play the game at the stadium, and they were going to have like the skill challenges at one of their sports complexes. There we go. That's what I was thinking for. But yeah, it's changed over the years. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? How does that sound to you? You play your MLS All Stars plays a team. How does that sound to you? Like a random team.
That kind of sucks. You want to see the best players play the best players. You know
I mean, as you alluded
that's what
to,
the All Stars game is.
As you alluded to in the warm up, it's for the bag, baby.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's where all the sponsors roll up too. So
Right.
that's how you get. That's how you get some money.
But when you want your sponsors to be paying for
I don't know,
the highest viewership possible, which is like the most names possible, right?
I mean, yeah, that's why you play Barcelona. That's why you play Manchester United. That's why you play Arsenal. But also, I would like to point out the highest viewership for soccer is Liga MX.
All right.
So the most viewed soccer is from the Mexican league. So you're gonna get a lot of eyes. So, but it's still kind of cool. You get two leagues going up face to face. Keeps that USA versus Mexico rivalry going in soccer. I mean, I'll say this. Is it a necessity? No. Is it cool sometimes? Yes. Hard sometimes. But that's my 2 cents. Let me see. I'm going to read y'all the roster very quickly, which, by the way, there is some breaking news, Danny. Lionel Messi was named to the team. He was voted in. He will not be participating, which by MLS rules, he will be suspended for 1 game for not participating in the MLS All-Star game.
That's crazy.
So I think the starting goalkeeper is going to be Dane St. Clair from Minnesota. You're probably going to have Jordi Alba in there. Tristan Blackman as defense. Miles Robinson. Your midfield is going to be Sebastian Berhalter. I mean, it would be nice to have Messi either play forward or midfield, but you're not getting that. You're going to have Honey Mukhtar at least. Diego Luna is also playing. He was voted in. And yeah, your forwards, Dennis Bouanga, Dreyer, Chucky Lozano. Like I said, you probably want Messi in there, but he's not playing no more. So, but yeah, sucks to suck. Yeah, if you don't want to play, you don't want to play. So, yeah. But yeah, moving on here. Now to match day 27. It's a 2-dayer. You got Friday and Saturday. Friday, 2 games of note. The 25th, you have LAFC versus the Portland Timbers. You can watch the game on Apple TV, excuse me. MLS Season Pass, Apple TV, at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You also got San Diego versus Nashville. Also catch the game on Apple TV as well. Then on Saturday, July 26th, you have Inter Miami versus FC Cincinnati on FS1 and MLS Season Pass at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We also have the Philadelphia Union versus the Colorado Rapids on Apple TV MLS Season Pass at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then the nightcap game should be Vancouver versus Sporting Kansas City on Apple TV at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. At this moment, I do not know if they will be doing one of these games as a Sunday night soccer game. So I will let you know. You will know if there is a Sunday night soccer special presentation if I post a poll. So yeah, I don't know. I was trying to look it up. It's kind of hard to find, but yeah, I couldn't find any information on that. I don't like it when they do that though, because then I'm just guessing. And I've been wrong 2 times already, which is not fun. Moving on now in other soccer news around the world. About a week ago, we had the FIFA Club World Cup. We had the final, which was between Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain, or PSG. The final was July 13th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I did miss a little bit of the beginning of the game. When I saw the scoreline, I was like, wait, it's 2-0. And I saw the third goal. I was like, oh, crap. It's 3-0, and PSG is losing. Nobody thought PSG was going to win this game as they did 3-0. But yeah, Cole Palmer, he scored in the 22nd and 30th minute. Joao Pedro, who had a really good tournament, scored in the 43rd minute. And PSG's Joao Neves was given a red card in the 85th minute. Danny, were you able to watch this game or see any highlights or even know what was going on with this game?
Nope.
Well, you missed a halftime performance, which included Chris Martin of Coldplay, or just Coldplay. It also featured mostly J Balvin, Doja Cat, and Thames. Did you know about that?
I had no idea that even happened.
It was interesting. I watched it. It was a little weird because the stage wasn't on the field. It was like up in the nosebleeds. Like they had like this whole giant setup for the halftime show. So I had saw like a teaser, but I was so confused on what their marketing around this was. 'Cause it was like, what artist is performing at the FIFA Club World Cup halftime show? And I was like, what is this? Why did it have Doja Cat next to J Balvin? This is weird. And then as the halftime show kept going, I was like, oh, they were teasing all of them. Like, hey, it's all these guys, you dummies. I mean, I thought it was okay. I wasn't really sure what was the point. I just know the FIFA president was trying to hype it up as big as the Super Bowl, which I think they were using this as a test for the World Cup, because I think they want to get some of that Super Bowl money, that halftime show type of money. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, Chelsea are officially the best club in the world. That's what the patch on their side of the jersey will say until 2029, where we have the next iteration of the FIFA Club World Cup. I don't think it would be hosted here again, but it was a fun time. It was interesting. I didn't think this tournament was going to be good at all, considering it's a cash grab. I mean, let's just be honest. Cash grab / test for the real World Cup, in which I guess allegedly the FIFA president said they'll try to play in more indoor stadiums, but we'll have to wait and see what happens in a year. So, but yeah, I'm excited for the World Cup, the real big tournament. So yeah. And then finally, there's also I've been holding off on this tournament because I don't watch a lot of women's soccer or football, a little bit of NWSL. But apparently UEFA has also had their tournament going on. They have the UEFA Women's European Championship, or the Euros, as most people refer to them. The Women's Euros, I should say. And yeah, right now they're currently in the semifinals of the tournament, in which they did have one today as of this recording. England won their match 2-1. And of course, I had to leave something out, right, Danny? Who did they play? I don't know. I didn't write it down. Here we go. Women's European. They beat Italy 2-1 in extra time, or overtime for you, for our regular folks. Yeah, they got the game. Well, I shouldn't say the game-winning goal, but the goal to seal the deal in the 119th minute. And then if you're listening to this on Wednesday, today when it just comes out, Germany will be playing Spain at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fox. So keep an eye out for that. The winner of that match will play England in the final. That match will be on at 9 a.m. July 27th, 2025 on Fox as well. I believe all these matches have been being played in Switzerland. This match in particular will be played in Basel, Switzerland, and will be played at St. Jacob Park. So yeah, I mean, it's just more soccer. Like I said, with the FIFA Club World Cup and all the other tournaments going on in the U.S., it was a little hard to keep up. Let's see who wins. I'm pretty sure that if it's between England and Germany, it should be a good matchup. So let's see what happens there. But Dan, do you have any other questions, comments, concerns in regards to the soccer landscape?
No, sir.
Alrighty then. We're gonna move on. I mean, we're down to the end now, Danny. We're here at the rundown. Are you ready?
The rundown. Give it to me.
All right. Well, whoa, pause on that.
Okay, chill.
I was gonna say there is one part I want you to say because you did cover it in our walk break, but you'll see it when we get there.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna start off with the NHL. The NHL did their schedule release and some free agents. I'm gonna do some free agency news. The NHL released their 2025-2026 scheduled season, which I believe now will have a 64-game season. For the first time in more than a decade, the league is pausing in the winter to send players to the Olympics. The Milan break will run from February 6th to the 24th, with play resuming February 25th. The NHL's last participation in the games was 2014 in Sochi, though the new CBA provides for players to also go in 2030, pending another deal with the International Olympic Committee and the International Ice Hockey Federation. And I know I said I was going to do some free agency, which I'm going to do just our local teams, the LA Kings and National. Well, before that, I got some. I'm going to do some Kings news first. How about that? Does that make more sense, Danny? Yes? No? And we lost Danny. So yeah, I'm going to do scheduling with the Kings. They have announced their regular season schedule, slated to kick off on Tuesday, October 7th at 7:30 p.m. against the Colorado Avalanche as part of the NHL's opening night tripleheader on ESPN, Sportsnet, and TVA Sports. Following the season opening game, the Kings will play 8 of the remaining 11 games in October on the road, beginning with the first of 16 back-to-back scenarios this upcoming season. This team will finish the 2025 calendar year with 26 combined games in November and December, with an even split of 13 contests at Crypto.com Arena and 13 on the road, which includes one of 2 season-long 6-game road trips against Pittsburgh, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Washington, and San Jose. And then we got some signing news for everybody. The LA Kings have signed forwards Corey Perry to a 1-year contract with an average annual value, or AAV, of $2 million and up to additional $2 million in performance bonuses through the 2025-2026 season. They have also signed Joel Armia to a 2-year contract worth an average annual value of $2.5 million through the 2026-2027 season. And yeah, that's your NHL news there. From the NASCAR stuff, we got Denny Hamlin winning the Challenge Round 4 Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 at the Dover Motor Speedway from Dover, Delaware. Denny Hamlin holds off Chase Briscoe in double overtime. Yes, they have overtime in NASCAR for Dover victory. Hamlin prevailed in Sunday's Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500 at Dover Motor Speedway, a race that featured a 56-minute red flag for rain, late race strategy decisions, and involved a pair of overtime restarts before the trophy was ultimately settled between the pair of Joe Gibbs Racing teammates. Hamlin got it all right when it mattered most, getting a jump on the field in both overtime starts, and in the end, holding off newest teammate Chase Briscoe, who was even on fresher tires. It marks back-to-back wins at Dover's Concrete Mile for Hamlin and NASCAR Cup Series best fourth victory of 2025. While the top of the championship standings changed with Elliott taking the lead, the 4 drivers, Reddick, Bowman, Buescher, and Wallace, still chasing a points position in the 16-driver playoff grid, remained the same. Wallace's 7th place finish gives him a 16-point edge on Ryan Preece for the 16th and final transfer position. Kyle Busch, who finished 11th on Sunday, is now 39 points behind Wallace. The race also set the in-season challenge championship matchup next week at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, with Gibbs and Longshot Ty Dillon advancing to the title round. So yeah, Danny, we're starting to get into the nitty-gritty of the NASCAR season. So we could be crowning a champion very, very soon. The next race will be Sunday, July 27th, 2025, from Speedway, Indiana, for the championship round, Brickyard 400, presented by PBG at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, not a sponsor. Coverage of the race begins at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TNT. If you want Eastern Time, I believe it starts at 2 p.m. Eastern on TNT. And then, Danny, can you read this little golf section for me, please?
Yes, sir. We talked about it a little bit in the water break this past week, but in golf news, Scottie Scheffler wins the Open Championship for the third leg of his career Grand Slam. Scheffler has all the time in the world to celebrate his latest major win, carding a 68 on Sunday to cruise into a 4-stroke victory in the Open Championship at Royal Portrush. The number one world golfer finished at 17 under, 267, delivering yet another dominant performance to win his second major this year and grab a third leg of his career Grand Slam, like we said before. Scheffler is just the fourth player in Open Championship history to shoot 68 or better in all 4 rounds, joining Colin Morikawa, Henrik Stenson, and Jesper Parnevik. Jesus Christ. Robert, you give me your pronunciation disease.
Hey, don't blame me.
But yeah, Scheffler kind of cruised back into it. Lee Haotong, excuse me, we talked about it in the water break, was on his heels in second, but then slipped down to fourth. But yeah, Scheffler, number one golfer, he's making another run at it. Let's see how far he gets to go this season.
No, yeah, when I was looking him up, apparently people are saying don't compare him to Tiger Woods.
I mean, you could,
but
okay. He's having
maybe not.
He's having a run like that.
No, he's on a good run.
Right. He's not as dominant for as long as Tiger Woods was, but for this stretch of seasons, you can compare him, I feel.
No, yeah. I mean, like I say, he's on a good run. I mean, he's very dominant as Tiger Woods during that period. So, yeah, give him his props. But yeah, moving on. We have some MLB All-Star update. The NL won the All-Star game. It was decided by unpredicted derby-style swing-off. So the NL won 7-6. Just the second win for the NL in the last 12 Midsummer Classics. The 95th All-Star game was the first of its kind. It was a 6-6. It was. I don't even know how to explain this. All right, it was 6-6 after 9 innings, and then the NL out-homered the AL 4-3, and what was arranged as a 6-man swing-off. I don't know. I don't understand. But that's how the game finished. Just to let y'all know as well, the MLB trade deadline is among us. I believe it ends July 31st. That's what I have here on my notes, 6 p.m. Eastern. This is the final day for teams to trade players currently on their 40-man rosters. After this deadline, trades are no longer permitted, though players can still be placed on and claimed on outright waivers. I haven't seen any big news. The only one that was big a couple weeks ago was the Rafael Devers trade. Was the Red Sox sending him to San Francisco? You want to hear something funny, Danny? As of today, that guy just said Rafael Devers will be playing first base for the Giants. The reason why the Sox got rid of him is because he was having a fit because he didn't want to play first base.
No way, and he has to play it anyway.
So, I think he just wanted out, and he did that as an excuse.
Oh, okay. I mean, understandable, I guess.
No, yeah, that's why I'm like, damn, I think he did the Sox dirty.
That fucking sucks, though.
You know, for real. Moving on, we got a little more basketball news for you, Danny. The NBA also had their All-Star game not so long ago. Team Collier beat Team Clark. Nafisa Collier put up 36 points to help her team beat Clark 151-131. and the All-Star game that was devoid of defense, but full of 4-point shots. Clark was unable to participate due to a looming groin injury that she suffered earlier in that week. She still served as an ambassador for the week and coach or teammate for her team. And then finally, we got some UFC news. Surprise, Danny. Got something more for you. Holloway wins UFC 318 main event and Poirier's retirement fight. So yeah, we had a good matchup between Holloway and Poirier. It was his final fight. He wanted to go out healthy and not beat up. As he alluded to when I watched him be interviewed on the Pat McAfee show during that NFL draft a while ago. Yeah, but Poirier's final walk to the octagon at UFC 318 inside the Smoothie King Center, what a great name, ended in a unanimous decision loss to former featherweight champion Max Holloway, but it was still a fitting end to his 16-year professional career. The 5-round BMF title fight saw several dramatic swings and momentum and culminated in the two meeting in the middle of Holloway's patented point-down exchange. All three judges scored the lightweight bout for Holloway 49-46, 49-46, and 48-47. Immediately after the win, Holloway, who is now 27-8, welcomed all BMF challengers and made a brief reference to 155-pound champion Ilia Topuria before ceding the spotlight to Poirier, who now ends 30-10. Poirier, 36, retires in a tie for the fifth most wins in UFC history with 22. He also tied for fourth most knockouts with 11. So yeah, congratulations to Poirier on a great career. It was nice watching you fight now and then. And yeah, have fun in retirement, boss man.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool to see him retire in Louisiana. I think he wished it would have ended on a win.
Yep.
But I mean, it was a hell of a fight.
No, yeah, it was good. It was a good bout. But Dan, you have anything else to add? As I always tell you, questions, comments, concerns.
No, I do have a topic, but I think we should save it for a warm-up later. Yeah.
All right, then I will take us to the outro. Thank you for listening to Rambling Runoff. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to us on Spotify for Creators, Amazon Music, or Apple Podcasts, please give us a follow. If you want to see more from us on social media, hit us up on Twitter, aka X, at Rambling Runoff. We're also on Instagram at Rambling Runoff. And also, we have a TikTok where we post videos as well, so hit us up there at Rambling Runoff, or just type in Rambling Runoff. You'll find us easily. I've been your host, Robert Rios. For my co-host, Danny Tan, we'll see you next time.
Peace.